Hey everybody, welcome to the live streams of Global Trade Live. Today is 28th of October and we are now live in New York session right now. So I have skipped the pre-New York because there was just a sideways movement happening in GBP JPY. So we have a clean range. Okay, just give me a minute. I'm gonna analyze GBP JPY. Alright, so this is GBP JPY 30-minute chart over here, and there is a resistance at this point. So the market today tried to went up in the London session, but it failed to maintain its price above, so it went down by a rejection. So now the market is moving down. Let's go back to 15 minutes because I can see this clean range in 15 minutes. So if we draw a line over here and so this candle is now moving down, but the current 15-minute candle is having just 4 minutes left to close. So I won't be taking trade in the last 4 minutes of a candle because that will make the trade really risky, because all these previous candles went down but they failed to maintain their price below and they went up with a rejection. So I'm gonna wait for this candle to close, and if this candle closes below 156.217 area, then I'm gonna sell in the next 15-minute candle. Let me just check the range first because I don't know what's the range over here. So let's calculate the range. So the range is only 10 pips. Oh, the range is not good, so I'm not gonna take a trade in this range. Yeah, I was expecting a good range over here, but okay. Alright, so 30-minute candle will also be closing in 3 minutes. So in 30 minutes we can shift these levels over here. So now all these previous candles failed to maintain their price below 156.239, and this candle especially, now it's about to close in 3 minutes. So if this candle closes below 156.239 and it will be if it will be closing near this zone, then only I'm gonna take the trade in the next candle, because now the range is extended. But if this candle just continues to move down and come more down over here, then I'm not gonna take any trade because the range will not be there. Yeah, so the range is right now is 13 pips. So I can expect the market to move down in the next candle, but let's see how this candle closes. The 100 is asking what advice you give a new trader to figure out their main setups and entries, live trading and learning from mistakes. Look, what I can advise to a new trader is that if you are making any trades, like if today I might take 2-3 trades, let's say for an example, right? So after the end of the streams or late night, I sit on the chart again and I look why I took those trades. If that was a losing trade, then I look out those trades again and again. So I review my trades every day. I ask myself, if this was a losing trade, then why this was a losing trade? Was there a mistake I did, or only the probability was not there? So just review your trades. Even though those trades are your winning trades, those trades are your losing trades, or those trades are break even. So just ask yourself, be curious why you took those trades. Okay, so when you will get an habit, when you will get a habit of reviewing your trades on daily basis, you will figure out your mistakes. You will know your mistakes, and once you start to know your mistakes, and you will start to avoid those mistakes from the next time, because you know now by reviewing your trade, now you know that why you what mistake you did actually in the last trade, and you won't be repeating that mistake in your future trades, right? So slowly and steadily you will make less mistakes, which will eventually increase your accuracy. So this is the best advice I can give to a new trader or any kind of a trader. In fact, I still do this thing daily, right? And the second advice I can give to a trader is that do not overtrade. Okay, so the 30-minute candle closed with no wick on the bottom, so there is no trade in this zone. Let's skip this zone. So the second advice I can give to a trader is that try to build an habit of just taking 3 trades a day. Hey PS Gore, how are you? Once you start to limit your trades, like once you start to take only 1, 2 or 3 trades maximum, then also you will not be over trading, and that will decrease your losses and increase your profitability. Okay, and the third and last advice I can give is always try to cut your losses short, because whenever you're wrong, you know that. Okay, so there is no point of holding that trade. Just cut down your losses, like just cut down 50% of the trade to manage your risk. Okay, and the last advice, yeah, there is one more advice I can give, that is that whenever you feel lack of confidence inside you, whenever, suppose I just took a trade and I felt lack of confidence in me, so what you can do is just close 50% of the trade. Just reduce your risk and see whether your trade goes your way, whether your trade respects your analysis or not. So these are the few advices I can give to a new trader or any kind of a trader. In fact, even if anybody is an experienced trader, so these are the few things which we need to keep in mind while we trade. So yeah, like in this case, there will be some people, they will say that okay, the previous 30-minute candle closed below 156.239 area, and they might take a trade when this candle break this low of the previous candle. But I do not take this kind of trade. Why? Because previous candle closed with no wick, and if a previous candle closes with no wick, that means there is no range for the next candle to continue moving down. So the probability really decreases over here. The 100 is saying thanks. What are the pros and cons of just trading one pair GBP JPY? Look, if you are disciplined and if you are having a good strategy to trade, then only one pair can give you a lot of profit in a month, right? Before I added EuroCAD, I only traded GBP JPY, and that was enough for me. But when I saw and when I practiced EuroCAD, then only I added that pair, right? So there is no pros, no cons. That doesn't mean that if you're just trading one pair, then you won't be getting a high percentage every month. You can achieve that. It's just that doesn't matter, that if you trade 1 or 2 pair, you have to be in discipline. So there's nothing like pros and cons of trading a pair. If you are trading GBP JPY, then you know GBP JPY and you have seen GBP JPY doing the moves. That's why you decided to trade GBP JPY. So look here, this candle closed here and the next candle went all the way down as we expected, but the previous, I think there was no range. Yeah, it went almost 9 pips down, but for me this was a false setup. So this kind of discipline which is required in your trading. I knew that this will be gonna go down, but I refused to take this trade because for me this is not a good setup. All right. You are welcome, PS Gore. Okay, so let's just squeeze the graph and see if we have clean range. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shift this over here. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna look for cells below 155.928, and let's have a look at the target areas. Let me just calculate the range. The range is about 16-17 pips. All right. So this will be the first target over here, and once it starts to move more down, it will be reaching to this level. So the range becomes about 18 pips over here. So once this candle breaks this low, it should be moving down. But we need to be very careful when this candle approaches this zone. The reason is all these previous candles, they all went down, but they all failed to maintain their price below. So we need a candle to close below 155.928 to execute sells. Yes, the 100, that's right. You don't need to backtest 10,000 times. Hey George, good morning. So look here. The previous that this is what I was talking about. So the previous candle closed with no wick on the bottom. That means there was no range. So next candle went down, but it rejected it finally, and it went all the way up. So this was the exact thing I was talking about. There was no range for the next candle to continue moving down. Fun happens is saying how do you mark up your zones? Uh, by the bodies over here. Like, let me just mark it again. Like suppose let's suppose over here, when I came to the chart over here and there was no zones marked. The first thing I saw is, let me just see where is clean range in the market. Okay, then I saw this these rejection over here. Then what I did was I took a line, I dropped the line on the bodies where the bodies are ending. I dropped the line over that, and after that I took a rectangle and I just draw the rectangle like this, and that gave me a zone. And why I draw the zone over till here, why only here? Because today in the London session market went up and tapped this area and went all the way down from this area. That means this is the zone which is matching from the left. So that's how I draw my zones. Look, this is not necessary, or this is not 100% that your zones should be matching with my zones, right? Somebody might be drawing this zone over here because according to him this is the zone where this candle went down and rejected. So for somebody this can be a zone. That's totally fine, because that will not impact your trading. Why? Because you will be only doing this to every time you see this kind of a chart, right? But if you will change your ideas again and again, like I draw my zone over here first time and I am drawing my zone over here the second time, this is wrong. Okay, so just choose one thing, like be clear in your head that where your zones will be and why your zones will be on those places. So just clear it in your head and then just go with that thing forever. Dark B is saying, was my mistake small SL, or was it wrong entry? What are you talking about, Dark B? If you can send me a chart, then I can see what where you took the trade. YouTube is really making difficult to send the chart links. Okay, I get this. So you can send me on Discord. This is gold. You took the trade over here. Let me just zoom it. Oh. Let me just tell you why this happened. So you took the trade when this candle went up, and you took the trade over here. But what I can see over here is that you gave your stops over here, right? So when you took this trade, this is 30 minutes. Let me just open the gold chart and I'll tell you. Explaining here is difficult. Okay, here you just took the trade. Okay. So you took the trade at 1800 for 405. 1800 405 is okay, and you put your stops at 1798.868. Okay, let's just take your stops over here. So suppose this was your trade, right? And you took the trade when this 30-minute candle broke this high over here, right? Let's go to 15 minutes. Okay, so that means when this candle went up and broke the high, this 15-minute candle broke the high, you took the trade over here, and this candle went down with closed with a rejection, and the next candle breaks the low first, or went up first and then go all the way down and hit your stops. So first of all, if you are taking a trade on this candle, then you should be giving your stops under the low of this candle, the previous low. Okay, because this is gold, right? And when you just saw that this candle went all the way up, breaking the high, you took the impulse trade. So sometimes we give our stop loss below the current candle's low. Okay, but when this candle closed like a weak bearish under this wick, you should just increase your stops by giving it to the previous candle's low, because this is the only safest place in the case of gold only I'm talking about. Okay, and the second thing is that first thing, you could have just given your stops under the low of the previous candle, but let me just count how big this stops will be. Stops will be around 21 pips at that point. See, this is why I don't trade gold. The stops becomes really big. So the first thing you could have done is, when this candle broke the high, you took the trade, you gave your stops below the low of the previous candle. If you did that, then when this candle broke the low of the previous candle, you could have just closed half in around 10 pips of stops. Okay, and the half trade is still running, and it went all the way up till the point you wanted it to go. Okay, then you could have just booked profits. And but let's take your case only. You gave your stops under this somewhere around over here. So in this case also, what you could have done is, you could have just closed when this candle broke the low. You could have just closed half and waited for the candle to move on, and when it just hit your stop loss, your whole trade will be stopped out, right? So in this case, in this particular case, the way you took the trade, everything was perfect over here. There was none of your mistake at this point. So just clear that thing in your head, that this is not your mistakes. It just, the probability was not there. There was some manipulation happen in the market on this candle especially. This candle broke the high and broke the low of the previous candle. This means that the market got unstable in this candle particularly. But once you got stopped out, you could have just given your trade a second chance when this candle broke the high with no wick on the bottom. So your stops could be around 8.3 pips, and it went all the way up to 20 pips. So you could have just recovered your losses, plus you will be in profits if you would have just given your trade a second chance over here. So these are the few things you could have done in this trade. You got my point? Because sometimes market just kicks us out from the trade, but our duty is to give our trade a second chance. When this candle just closed like this, and you still have this clean range, so this was your second entry over here, because your idea was correct. It's just that the market kicked us out. This candle manipulation was there on this candle. That's why I really hate trading gold, because it just moves like this only, and the movement is really fast in gold that sometimes it just gets really difficult to manage the trade. It just wicks up and wicks down, and you're out. You're welcome, Dagbi. Hey Saransh, how are you? GJ and Eurocat both are between zones. Okay, let me just open Eurocat also. So yesterday Eurocat went all the way down, and I marked this area over here under the low of of this candle. So I was about to take a trade when any candle just breaks this low, but none of the candles broke the low, and it went all the way up above, and it went above this zone. And today it went all the way up. Now it's coming down again. So what does this mean? So now this means that two things can happen here. The one thing is, market will be respecting this area and will be moving up again, okay, which will eventually fill this clean range and give us a great move. Second thing which can happen is, a candle will be closing below this zone and it will start to drop down and fill this low it created yesterday. And if you look at bigger time frames, let me just open yeah, okay. So if we look at this case in bigger time frames like 4 hour, then it went down and the next candle went up again. So this becomes a fake out, and today it went all the way up and now it's coming all the way down. So there is a very high chance that it will test its low again to go further down. Let me just open the daily. Yeah, the yesterday's candle, I don't have words for yesterday's candle. It went all the way up, and okay, let's go to weekly. So weekly makes sense. Weekly just retraced back up, created a wick, and now it can retrace back down, fill its own wick, and move further down. So for me, Eurocat is going down. So right now market is below this low volume area. Let me just mark the area. Okay, so market went down, broke the low volume area, and now it's moving down. So market today went up, reject this area also. So so this is a zone over here. Let's see if the market crosses below this zone or not. Yeah, this is the same zone. So we have this clean range, but there should be a candle closing below 1.43245. Yeah, sure, Dagby. So this is Eurocad. So this candle closed below the support. Perfect. 30 minutes. This is 30 minutes. Okay. And the next candle broke the low and went down and retraced all the way back up. Entry at break of the low. Yeah, your idea was correct. There was no problem in your idea. It's just that there was no probability in the market to go down at that point of time. So now GBP JPY is coming down, about to break the low. Let's have a look at the 1 hour. there is nothing right now. Okay, you had three losses. Then do one thing, just close the charts or just close your trading terminal and do not trade for today. Yeah, 20 pips. Okay. Because look, now you had three losses in a row. So now your fourth trade will be just because you want to fill those three losses. So I will suggest you to do not trade anymore, because if you will have your fourth loss and you will think of leave the trading at that point, then you will be thinking of that I could have just stopped trading when I had three losses. Then there won't be a fourth loss. Okay, so my advice is that just look at the market today and just leave the trading. And also, if you already had three losses, that means you were also trading London session 2. And if that is true, then this is a mistake you're making here. Look, this is for everybody. Okay, I also used to make these kind of mistakes, like I traded London session, after that I traded New York, and on I was losing a lot of money when I trading both the sessions. So just make sure that you only trade a single session. You decide whether you want to trade London, whether you want to trade New York, because if you're from India, then both the sessions are available for us, right? So this is the advantage we got. So just choose wisely whether you want to trade London, whether you want to trade New York. Just do not trade both the sessions, otherwise you will end up over trading. Yes, Aranj, that's right. The cycle will be repeating itself again and again. Because after your third loss, when you took the fourth trade, there will be emotions coming in your mind. And there will be more fear and there will be less confidence inside you. Because sometimes when I look at the moves happens in London session, it really, it really just tells me that, oh, why you do not trade London session, buddy. You should trade London session because there will be more profit in the London session. But at the same time, I cannot do that, because there are some principles, there are some rules I have made for me, and those rules were made after I lost money. Okay, so those rules have came from experience, and that's why I'm telling this to everybody. Isn't trading probability? So each time you take the same setup, at the end you should be the winner if you having a winning plan. Fun happens, your statement is 50% correct and 50% wrong. The reason is, suppose I take a setup yesterday and it was a winning setup, and today I saw the same setup happening and I take the trade, but that becomes a losing trade. So why that is happening? That's where the probability parts come in. That means there was no probability in the market to move the way you want it to move. But yes, your statement also makes sense over here, that there is nothing we can do more. Okay, we trade on probability. So trade the high probability setups possible as much as you can, and try to trade the safest and the most accurate setups you have seen. Also, do not get excited by the big candles or by the market at any point of time, because market will be moving that way just to excite you, just to make you enter, and then it will be doing its work by flipping. in opposite direction. Yeah, that's correct. So reducing our risk, these three words are really important, and I can say that these three words are the key to your trading success. Because if you know how to cut your losses short, then your winners will be automatically increasing. Because whenever you are winning more, and whenever you're losing really less. Sometimes there will be some trades on which there will be no control of you, but that will be the rarest cases. Just hold on. You still need winnings. Yeah, that's true. Because if you don't have a good strategy, then in the end you will be only losing. Okay, so look at this. This candle closed at the support, right? So now what? Before a candle broke the low, moving down. Seen range is there, so yes, I can try taking this trade over here. So look, this candle over here closed exactly at the support, and this candle closed below the bodies over here, right? So that means the current 15-minute candle might have created a higher wick. So if the current 15-minute candle breaks the low of the previous 15-minute candle, that means this becomes a kind of a resistance over here, right? So at that point of time, we can think of selling when this candle will break this price over here in the anticipation of the price to move all the way down, but only if this candle breaks this low. Because I can see a symmetry over here in the 1 hour. So for me, this is just a retracement, and now the market is coming down. It's about to break this price, move all the way down to fill these wicks, and finally move further down. So let me just go back to 15 minutes. All right, let's get ready. Took a sell trade over here, kept my stops above the high of the current 15-minute candle. $1.43202. Kept stops running in 3 pips of profit right now. Stops are at 1.43261. Alright, 10 pips will be over here, running in 5 pips of profit. Look here, 6 pips touched at this point, 7 pips, 7.3, 7.6, about to reach 10 pips. It did reached 10 pips, but I didn't closed at that point. I think it should be moving down to this level. 8.3 over here, 9.5. Closed. Oh, what the fuck? Why it didn't closed? I think batteries of my magic keys are... Oh man, I need to close this manually. Come on man, just go down one more time. So I'm gonna close half of the trade at 10 pips. So who just closed half of the trade, congratulations to them. I tried to close, but because of my magic keys battery, it didn't closed. Oh, it's rejecting now. Yeah, come on man. Okay, so if it goes back to entry level, I'm gonna close full position. Closed full position at this point. My bad luck. Thank you everybody, and congratulations to those who just booked their profits. I need to change the batteries. Okay, it's coming down again. Anyways, I'll find another opportunity. Just hold on, guys. No PS Gore. I tried to close the position at 10 pips, but my Magic Keys batteries was very weak, so it didn't took the command, and I closed all the full position at break even. Yeah, it's working now. See, this is the bad luck. Trade went in 10 pips, but anyways. GJ is closing below. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, GB is also showing some move. So trade 1, Eurocat sells plus 10 pips. USD high news after 4 minutes. Let's check the news. Okay, initial jobless claims is coming up. So I think now we should be waiting for the news to come in first, and then we can take the trade at the NYSE open. So now the thing is, if this candle flips back up, let's look at the 30-minute candle. So 30-minute candle over here came all the way down, and now it's rejecting all these low prices, right? So now this tells us that Euro CAD might start moving up. Is there always a reason why we lose a trade? The 100. Look, sometimes it was your mistake, sometimes there was no probability. So it depends upon you whether these things are a reason for you, or just a normal trading psychology. So you can call these reasons also, you can call these the market thing also, just the market thing, or manipulation, or anything. So alright, EuroCAD closed below this area. Perfect. 15-minute closed over here, 30-minute, 5-minute. USD news just came in, and USD is getting weaker. 0.6. What the? Look at the gold over here. Gold went down, stopped out everybody, and now it just rejected those lower prices. EuroCAD also moving up. Let's see, this is just a temporary effect. Let's see at the end where this candle will be closing. because the previous candle closed below, so there is a very high chance that this candle will break its own low and move down all the way down to fill the wick of the previous candle and then move further down. So what I'm gonna do is, let me just go to 30 minutes. So this is the low. Okay, so that means this will be breaking its own low. Hey Nishil, how are you? Dagby saying GJ spread when the news was released. Oh, I didn't saw the spreads. Yeah, at the time of news sometimes it gets high. The one is saying, do you have a playbook written down of trades that you take, or you just take logical trades? I just take the trades depending upon the price action I see, depending upon the setups I see. Hey Nishil, how are you? It would be really great if you could solve my question. Please open this chart. Oh, sure, Nishil. The one is saying, do you have a playbook written? Okay, I have just replied to that. Let's have a look. So this is GBP JPY 30 minutes. My question is it good idea to sell below the blue line if it candle closes below it, or as no any candle has closed there? Or should I wait for red line to cross as it was previous week rejection? Nishal, what you can do is, I think this is the same thing I'm looking for over here. Let me just, yeah, this is the same thing I'm looking for. And what I'm gonna do is, if a candle closes below this zone, then in the next candle I'm gonna take the trade. Okay, because none of these candles are able to close below 155.928. Okay, but in case we don't get a chance that a candle is having still 20 minutes left to close, and we are still waiting for a candle to break and close below this area. So what I'm gonna do is, if that candle passes down this wick over here, 155.875, I am gonna take the trade at that point. That will be an impulse trade, and that will be a little bit of riskier trade also, because we are not waiting for a candle to close. So after that, once it starts to move down to this wick, this wick will be already a 17 pip trade. So I don't think that will be a problem. It will be a quick 10 pips. So I think both the ideas are perfect. It depends on how much time is left in the candle to close. But the way right now the market is moving, it's just, look at this fake out. Nice. So once the market goes beyond this level, that will be the perfect type of trade I'm waiting. So 15-minute candle is about to close. I'll be watching the 15-minute candle here. Yeah, so if this 15-minute candle is having 2 minutes left to close. So if this 15-minute candle closes above 1.43642, at the next 15-minute candle I'm gonna take the trade, because we have this extremely good clean range, and the range is 50 pips. So what else we can expect over here? So I'm gonna shift these lines according to 15 minutes. Let's see if this candle closes above that area or not. Okay, so there is no news now. Let's close the news. Oh, it's not stopping, but it will stop. Yeah. Let's have a look at the bigger time frames to understand what's basically going on here. So now it's going up again to test this high, and the probability is that it will be going more up to clear to recover this move. Let's go back to 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hour is now about to break the high of the previous 4 hour. And let's go back to weekly. Okay. $23 remaining. Let's hope that this candle just comes back down and give us a chance of taking a trade. Okay, 8 seconds remaining over here. Let's see if this candle closes up or not. And finally, so this candle closes above this area, right? So once this current candle breaks this high, I'm gonna take a trade. Stops will be around 7 to 8 pips. Okay, took a trade over here. It went really fast, and so stops are kept at 10 pips. $1.43746. 746. So this is extremely late entry I took, but it's okay. With volume it can really push up, because once it starts to move up, it will be recovering all the move from yesterday. Four pips running in profit, 7.4 pips, 8 pips running in profit right now. Look, 7 pips running in profit. So if it comes back to entry point, I'm gonna close half. Let me check the magic keys again. Yeah, it's working perfectly fine now. Come on, just a push. Why are you stuck? Okay, 9.1. Come on, 9.4. Close 50% over here, keeping the stops at break even. So reached 10 pips. Congratulations everybody who just made profit in this trade also. Let's hope that, oh, it's coming down. There is lack of volume in this EuroCAD right now. I can feel that. There is lack of volume over here. Come on. Oh. So it hit the break even again. Let me just show you guys what happened with me in this trade. This is quite funny. Look, so first trade closed at break even. Okay, second trade closed this one in 10 pips. Okay, and look at this. I took the stops at break even, but I lost $7 in this trade. Why? Because there is slippage in the market at that point of time. So on and on, I'm just $8 up today after the two winning trades. See, this thing is not good in the market. Isn't that a bad trade when 15-minute candle moves 50 pips and taking trade after that? It could retrace anytime. It will be waiting for next candle for trade. I think it's kind of a risky trade. Yeah, that was a risky trade. But the reason is this candle closed above and this candle broke the high and the stops was also perfect. Market went almost in 13 pips. Now look, the market is moving up. Now I need a retracement. Okay, I don't know about the Euro news. Let's check the news again. Was there a Euro news this time? Euro news was at 5:30. Okay, but all right. So maybe there is impact of this is the impact because of the Euro news. But anyhow, this movement has to be refilled because the interest rates remain unchanged. So there should be a recovery for that move. This candle is about to close up above this area, so we can expect the next candle to continue moving up. I'll go back to okay, one hour will be also closing over here. Let's see how this 15-minute candle closes and 5-minute. I want to see a retracement, whether that will be a retracement in 5 minutes or 15 minutes. I need a bearish candle to form and then I can look for the trade. Okay, 15-minute, oh sorry, 5-minute candle closed over here. Okay, 4 hour will be also closing. Alright, alright. Yeah, 4 hour will be also closing over here. So this 5-minute candle broke the high of the previous 5-minute candle, and it's about to break the high of this candle also. If that happens, then this 5-minute candle can stretch all the way up, but I cannot take this trade because 4 hour will be closing in just 4 minutes, so I have to be very very careful. So I need something like this thing. GBP JPY is also having a great range above 156.5 to 5. Yeah, our target is 10 pips PS Gore, and I closed 90% at 10 pips, but the rest remaining 50% got slipped because of the market, because of the fast movement. So that's why lost $6 in that remaining half. So that was what happened, and both the things are good. Like if you close 50%, if you close 90%. So the reason, if you want to differentiate between the two, then the differentiation will be, if you are closing 90% at 10 pips, that means you are not anticipating the market to move further up, right? But if you know that the market is gonna go further up, and the 4 hour, like the 4 hour is breaking the previous 4 hour and it can go more up, then what you can do is you can secure 50% at 10 pips and let the 50% run. Okay, so that's where your 50% closing is used. But if you know that, okay, this is the max the market can reach, and there is a chance that the market will be reversing back from this point, then what you can do is you can close 90% and let the small runner run, and you can see, okay, whether this will be going more up or more down, or whether it will be hitting break even. So this is the difference between the two. Alright, 30 seconds remaining over here. Oh, this candle also went 6 pips up. CAD news yesterday moved 100 pips down, and now Euro news today is moving 100 pips up. As it looks now, the movement is exact. Next news move, look, Euro USD, Euro NZD, Euro CAD. Yes, Dagby, that's why I said that it will be correcting its move, because look, there is no change in interest rates. It was kept at 0.25% only. Okay, and so the market moved, but still the market moved 100 pips. Why? Because of the excitement in the market, and that was just an excited move by the market, and market has to recover that move because there was no change. Okay, so that's why these same moves are happening today. Sometimes it happens like a week later or 2 3 days later, but in this case it's happening today, like in one day. So this candle also closed with a rejection. Let's have a look at the 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hour just closed like a strong bullish candle. 1 hour also closed like, oh, one hour just closed away like 24 pips. 30-minute candle also closed away. So it would be better if we get a lower wick first and then break the high. Or I get a 15-minute candle retracement and then a 15-minute candle breaking the highs. Yeah, I want a retracement to be happening over here. I cannot trade like this. At least a wick down, then breaking this high. But it looks like that it's gonna break the high and move up. Yeah, it just broke the high in the first 2 minutes. I am just staying out of this. I'll be back, guys. Okay, so GBP/JPY went up 156.525, tapped that area and rejected that area like the wicks, like the previous candles over here. So I think the best thing is that wait for a candle to close above, whether that candle is a 15-minute candle, and then catch the next candle. But right now it's just nothing. So I'm gonna wait for 15-minute in GJ to close, and I want a retracement in EuroCAD to happen first before going up. Whether that retracement is being done in 5 minutes, it's okay for me, but I need a retracement. Let's check the higher time frames. Yeah, it should be coming down to test this area, because look here, yesterday there were many candles on this area, so there should be a wick at least at this area. What the hell is happening in GBP/JPY? Again sideways, but still sell trend. Be careful, guys, this is a triangle going on in GBP/JPY, so just make sure that you wait for a candle to close above this area. Okay, EuroCAD is coming down. Nice. 5-minute candle closed bearish. Finally a candle closed bearish. I'll be looking for GJ trade today rather than EuroCAD. But both are good. It totally depends upon you. I would have just made $100 today in 2 trades in EuroCAD, but making nothing. Why? First time magic keys didn't work, and second time it came again back to break even. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for EuroCAD to retrace back a little bit because this looks really risky. I cannot take this trade. The previous candle just closed with a huge rejection. I'm gonna wait for 15 minutes to close. In the last 5 minutes, EuroCAD might just move all the way up, but that will be really risky. Yeah, it went up. Oh, the previous 5 minute closed with no wick. So this 5 minute candle can come down, I think, because there is no range for this candle to go up. So it might create a higher wick and retrace back down. But let's see. So in 19 minutes there will be NYSE open. 19 minutes remaining. That means one more 15-minute candle remaining. So if this candle closes with a rejection and next candle starts to break the low, move down, closes bearish, and this 7 o'clock candle starts to go up, that means this 30-minute will be closing a weak bearish and the 7 o'clock candle will be breaking the high. Okay, that makes sense. Let's see how the next 15 minutes will be closing. The thing is, this 1 hour has to go up, but where, oh sorry, when and how, that I need to figure out. This 30-minute closed away from this zone. There has to be a retracement. Yeah, it's coming down now, this candle. Let's see in the last 1 minute what it's gonna do. Whether it will be breaking the high and move up, or whether it will be closing back bearish. So 15-minute candle closes right now, and actually I don't like the way it closes. Yeah, I think this current 15-minute candle might go down and closes bearish. because if this candle breaks the low of the previous 15-minute candle, that means the 30-minute candle will be also going down and will close like a bearish thing, whether it be weak bearish or something like that, and that will be the best thing over here. That will be retracement, and when the next candle starts to move up, that will also take this 1 hour candle. So that also means that this 1 hour candle will be coming more down to stretch its wick, and finally it will be moving up again to fill its wick. That's just a assumption over here. Let's see. That will come true once this 15-minute candle breaks this low over here. So this 5-minute broke the low of the previous 5-minute. Okay, so if this 15 minute will be closing bearish and next breaks the high, I'm gonna take the buy trade. Stops will be big, but we need to reduce the stops accordingly. So in 4 minutes this candle will be closing. Okay, so 30-minute candle is now coming down like a retracement, and 1 hour is also coming. Yeah, 1 hour is also coming down. GBP JPY is going down again at this area. So let's see. Hmm. We need to be very very careful in GBP. I think this is just a liquidity grab. It came down to this wick to test the liquidity, and now this candle might just go up and close a week bearish, and the next candle may break the high to go up. It will be nice if this 15-minute yeah. So 15-minute candle is about to close. So this is the retracement happening at this point of time. So what I want is this 30-minute candle should be closing a weak bearish candle, so that the next 30-minute candle can wick down and go up to test to break the high and move all the way up. GBP is still just, you know, consolidating over here. So nothing is happening in the market right now. Yeah, the Agbi 15 minute is creating a support, and 30 minute is also getting weaker and weaker. I just want this 30 minute to close like this so that the next candle, 30 minute candle, can move down, test the low of the wick, and then break the high to continue moving up. That will be the point of execution. GBP is trying to go up again. Let me just remove this line over here. So this becomes a no trade zone. So let's see if the market breaks up or down. So just need to wait for 7 more minutes for this candle to close. You look at, okay, and we have a clean range. Yes, we have a clean range. There will be a retracing candle also. What else we need? Okay, so candle's about to close in 44 seconds, and yes, this is something I wanted. So let's see if the next candle breaks the high. $20 remaining at this point. What we can actually do over here, which we can go to lower time frames and see. So if we trade over here at the break of the high, stops will be really big. 15 minutes. Oh, it 30-minute candle just closed with no wick. And it closed bullish. One hour candle closed like this. So I think this 30-minute candle might just go down first to fill the wick of the previous candle. So this is the trade I took in EuroCAD, running in 6 pips of profit. I just need volume in the market now, which can take the price all the way up to at least this level. So the execution point 1.44012. Execute it over here. Kept stops under the low of current candle. Where's this will be 10 pips over here. Okay, coming back to break even. Gonna close half at break even and let the rest run. I just hope the volume will be coming in and taking the price all the way up from here. because once the price catches the pace, it will be moving all the way up without stopping. 7 pips tapped at this place. Eight pips over here. Nine pips right now. Ten pips tapped. Close 50% over here and keeping SL at entry level. Yeah. Yes. So this was the last trade for today, running in 13 pips. The 50% remaining over here is running in 13 pips over here. So I'm gonna hold that for at least this high, at least 30 pips. So already running in 15 pips of profit. Yeah, it should be moving all the way up now. This 4 hour. Yeah, 20 pips tapped over here. It should be going up to 30 pips. Because we have no problem to the left. So as this is a volume time and we have this clean, extremely good clean range over here, so I think the probability of going up now becomes really high. So that's why I can hold this trade for much longer. So that's why I close 50% in 10 pips and I'm letting the rest run, and I'll be closing the rest runner over here, might be in 20-21 pips depending upon how this candle closes. Right now it's good, it's staying strong. Plus another thing over here is that this 4 hour is now moving up strongly, so with volume it can reach up to this high or at least this level over here. Yeah, we have now a low volume region at this place, so market can easily go to this level. PS Gore, 4-hour resistance has already been crossed. This was the resistance in 4-hour, and it has already been crossed. Now the volume, the volume has to play its role in this scenario. Yeah, daily is also moving strongly. So now 4 minutes left for the current 15-minute candle to close, and this candle I want to close strong bullish, otherwise it will again hit the break even. GBP is also trying to move up. Last 3 minutes remaining in this candle to close. This 4-hour candle is I'm just worried about this 4-hour candle. This 4-hour candle needs heavy volume to go all the way up, otherwise it will be going back again down and closing back below the trend line, and that will be the worst thing. So I'm gonna wait for the current 15-minute to close. GJ going up. We may take break even before go up 5-minute bearish. No PS Go, that's not the case, because it has moved up a decent gap is there inside the current running price and the open trade price. So I think if this 15-minute candle closes strong bullish, then the next candle might go up. So that will be the last 1 minute which will decide the behavior of the next candle. That's why I'm waiting for this candle to close. Otherwise when the next candle might just go up, I'm gonna close the trade at that point if I'll get a chance. So now it's the last 40 seconds, because in the last 40 seconds it can retrace back up to fill its own wick and stay strong, because we have extremely good clean range to the left, and that we cannot forget. Okay, last 5 seconds over here. Yeah, it's retracing back up. Perfect. So it stayed strong bullish over here. So let's see if this current 15-minute candle goes up or okay. GBP is also going up, guys. But I need a candle to close up. So that means I need to wait for 30 minutes to close over here. Okay, this candle is about to break the high. It just broke the high over here. Okay, I closed everything at this point. Yeah, nice. I closed everything at this point and booked around 16 pips in the second trade. Okay, let me just show you my trade history for today. So all the trades today are from EuroCAD, and this was the first trade, closed at break even. From here to here, these two parts are the second one, closed 50% at profit of 10 pips, and the next half is closed in 3 pips of loss because of the slippage. Then I made a third attempt. That was a loss. I managed from here to here. These are the parts of the single trade. So I managed the risk. Look how I managed it. I closed the first one in 4 or 5 pips. Then I closed all the consecutive losses in around 4 or 5 pips. And then this was the third attempt. Closed first half in 10 pips. And look, closed second half almost in 20 pips. Yeah, second half is closed in 20 pips. So see how my winnings are bigger than my losers. So that was it. And look, it's now rejecting, because that's why I closed it over here. The reason is there was a gut feeling I'm getting that this candle might go down. So that's why I closed, and I wanted to book the profits. I might be wrong, but the thing is, this 4-hour candle is worrying me. I'm really worried about this 4-hour candle. If this candle goes back down, then each and every profits will be wiped out. So that's why I booked everything, because now we are approaching low volume times over here. 748 is we are at, and it's becoming riskier now to trade. We will be getting another opportunity tomorrow, so we don't have to worry about that. And after the streams, GBP might just go up, do something, but it's alright. We made our profits for today. Okay, so yeah. Alright guys, so I'm gonna call it a day over here. So let's meet tomorrow with a few fresh start and fresh day. So take care, everyone. Have a great day. Do not over trade. Do not over risk. And yeah, just join me on live daily on the streams. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. Goodbye.